Okay, we're here with the guys from St. Joseph's Catholic School in Greenville. So how was your race, guys?
It was okay. It was kind of hard, though.
Kind of hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really humid.
Yeah. And this race is a little bit different from most races. You guys actually had to do a little bit of charity work to get involved in this.
Yeah.
Who wants to talk about what you guys had to do?
Well, we just had to bring in some shoes and stuff for the charity drive here for, you know, like third world countries and stuff.
And how important is that to you guys? As runners, shoes are very, very important.
Yes, sir. Without shoes, we probably couldn't do the sport. So, I mean, if you don't have the right shoes, you're not going to do good.
And I think it's important to make sure other people in the world have shoes, as well as us.
Are you guys involved in any other charity work and any other programs or organizations?
Yeah, there's a lot at St. Joseph's.
Okay, so tell me about some of those.
El Salvador.
We have a yearly mission trip to El Salvador, where we go down there and help in one of the villages. And last year, our school raised over $10,000 for the kids in El Salvador.
So it's not unusual for you guys to be involved in programs that require you to do some type of service. And so why do you think service is important and such an important part of your curriculum?
We've just been so blessed. Why not pass it on?
An adult volunteer said, let's do this where we collect shoes for other little boys and girls around the world that may not can afford them, or they don't have anywhere around to buy them. And so we're like, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll think about that. But then that night later on, and another adult came in and didn't know anything about what we were planning, and she was telling us about when Jesus washed the other disciples' feet, and was talking about how some people just walk on like dirty ground, and they always have to wash their feet before they go into a home. So we're like, God's telling us to do this. There's no question about it.
And were you surprised that people in our world don't have shoes? I mean, we all have shoes, you know. Was that a surprise to you?
I knew there were some kids in the world that didn't have shoes. I just never thought about helping them in any way, and this just sort of is.
And now you're involved in it. So how does that make you feel to be able to come to an event like this and help get shoes for kids around the world who don't have them?
It makes me feel great that I might actually be able to, like, surprise a child that may have never even had a pair of shoes before.
And I would imagine, as a runner, you love running, so you want other kids to be able to do what you do for fun.
Yes, I would.
And how has your other friends and stuff, other runners, how have they been working with this project?
I think we've all participated in some little form or fashion, just in a bunch of different ways.
And are you happy about how many shoes you guys have gotten so far?
Yes, I have, and I really hope that we reach our goal.
So we're going to take a quick break from our track meet here at McMillan Park to check in on some other Xtreme Achievers.
But what did you do? What did you say?
13-year-old Josie Lockaby Parker is our next Xtreme Achiever. The Gable Middle School student was recently featured on national television in an episode of Nick News with Linda Ellerby. Josie joined other students from around the country to talk about the recession and how it is impacting their families. Josie was brave as she shared how her parents had to cut trips out to eat and other luxuries, especially since her father had been laid off, which is how Josie actually ended up in New York. Josie's father was also on national television in a commercial discussing the realities of the recession, when she was then told she would be great for the Nick News episode. Josie tells me this was her first trip to New York, and she loved every minute of it. From the Nickelodeon hostess Orange Chuck Taylors to the sights of the Big Apple from a double-decker bus. The 8th grader tells me she had a great time making lots of friends dealing with the same things. What advice would you give to other young people who, whatever their situation may be, I mean, you're able to use your situation that most people would say that's unfortunate, but you're using it to help other people. What advice would you give to other people out there, other young kids who would be out there trying to figure out something they can do?
I guess just try to deal with whatever it is if it's really bad and try to get through it.
And just use your story to help other people. And we talked about this a little bit earlier. your future? What do you plan to do? I asked you, since you're getting all this media attention, if you were actually going to consider a career in television, and you said that you had other plans. Tell us about that.
I really wanted to be a veterinarian when we moved here because I've always been inspired by animals, and it's always just been my thing. So,
well, best of luck. I mean, from what we can tell, I'm sure you're going to do amazing. You know, you've already proven yourself to care about others and to really take charge of the situation. So thank you very much for allowing us to interview you. Josie Lockaby Parker, an extreme achiever using her story of struggle and fear to show others everything will be okay. Do you know a young person who is doing great things in our community? Xtreme Achievers wants to feature them. All you got to do is go to carolinacw.com, click on the Achievers banner, and fill out the nomination form. And while you're there, feel free to take a look at our past shows.